Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. Inside of today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the mid-season invitational final, SK versus Zeta. So before we jump into the games, make sure you're using credit code. That'd be greatly appreciated. Without further ado, let's hop right into it. All right, guys, jumping into the first set, Zeta versus SK Gaming. So both teams had a really tough matchup beforehand. So we've got the likes of Jeanette, Byron and Tick banned on Zeta, and then we have Byron, Mortis and Max banned on SK Gaming. So of course they're going to be pretty scared of the Mortis plays from side tempo and also the Max plays from both, well, all three players on side of Zeta. So looks like we've got some interesting combinations. Both teams going for the right hand side in Canal Grande, of course, is pretty good to go down one lane. So also you've got Squeak on the side of SK Gaming, which can be pretty good in the short term, well, in the quick time, the first minute or so once you have those gadgets. But once the gadgets get burnt out with Squeak, not really the best choice. So pretty interesting so far. We've got Bo, who of course is really OP. Eve, actually an interesting pick as well, because Zeta really don't think that Eve is actually that strong. They're pretty much the only, well, the Asia region is one of the only regions that don't think that Eve is one of the best brawlers inside of the game. It's not really banned often or played often, but EU, one region for sure, absolutely love Eve. I think Eve is pretty strong, but Zeta probably know how to counter it really well. So you saw in I think it was Shooting Star side tempo played an amazing Fang. He's playing so strong right now on that Fang. Fang isn't even one of the strongest brawlers in the game right now, but I feel like they're probably playing it because it is such a good counter to Eve. So looks like SK is able to get the lead right here. Sprout's going to place some good walls. Sprout is insane when it comes down to bounty, especially this map right here. I think with Tick banned, Sprout's obviously going to be that choice. So it looks like Kenji's got the super lined up on Semantic here. So I think basically all of them, oh no, Gia can't tank the pull. Semantic had the gadget in hand, but I don't think he wanted to jump right there. I feel like he probably would have got pulled anyways after he jumped, but Semantic's going to push up right here. I feel like they haven't got much time. Side tempo's keeping some really good aggro right here. Literally all three of them are on him, and he's still staying up, which is really good because in Canal Grande you can get spawn trapped easily. So he's going to keep the pressure right there, which is fair play. They're just probably okay. They're going to try and go towards him. Really good bait from side tempo. He's going to dash out. So that's going to be the first game right there. Alright, guys, so heading into the second round right there. So you can see from the get-go that Zeta 1, they had a plan of waiting for the opportunity for Fang to go in, and also with those gene pools. So they've got two brawlers that can turn around the game pretty well. As I said before, there's only two brawlers that can really tank a gene pool, which is Bo with a totem and then Eve with the jump. So got to be definitely careful on the side of SK. So Semantic's going to go really aggro for that mid star right there. That's an amazing play. Somehow gets away with its life, but with Eve on this map, you can make some interesting plays, especially with the water, because there's not really a lot of places to go in the middle of the map, of course, with Canal Grande. So looks like Zeta 1, they're all going to group up. It's a pretty nice gadget from the Squeak, but side tempo, he's going to go in. He's going to get the trade right there, but SK have that blue star, so they're still going to be winning, which is pretty interesting. So far, looks pretty even. 1 minute left. I've got a bow mines to, of course, kind of push people back. Bowmine's not going to really do too much on this map. It's just going to break open a few walls, but I feel like most people know where the mines are in Canal Grande. But that's why they picked Squeak as well, because it's so good on maps like this, especially with the choke points. So 3-3 right here, 40 seconds left. Let's see the way it goes. So nice Squeak super right here. Sprout's going to use a super to push Semantic downwards. Semantic getting caught out here. He's probably going to die. Nice super from side tempo here. He's just going to just eat those supers right there. He's going to heal up right there. And 20 seconds left. Looking pretty hard for SK to make some type of comeback. So that synergy right there is just why Zeta are so good. You're going to excuse a little bit of lag quality on the stream side of things, but looks like Zeta 1, they still, even though they have their lead, they still calculated keep up the pressure. So that's going to be the first set going to Zeta. Let's hop into the next game. Alright, guys, jumping into set number 2. So we didn't actually see the draft stage for this set because they're kind of looking at the audience, so a little bit of a mishap in terms of production. So I have no idea who was banned and whatever else. So it looks like it's going to be pretty similar on the side of Zeta 1, even on a different map for knockout. They've gone with the Piper and they've gone with the Grom. So Grom is pretty interesting. Zeta seemed to be pretty comfortable with Grom, especially with his super. It can be pretty devastating, especially in the latter of the games, although Grom's going to supposedly lose that 1v1, especially against Sprout. I think, again, if you can keep the long game, it's going to be pretty decent. So Nani pick, pretty interesting in knockout. Myself, I wouldn't really have gone a Nani. They must have gone Nani to counter the likes of Piper, but I would say these compositions are pretty much even. You got Sprout better than Grom. You've got Nani, probably like 50-50 with Piper. Nani is supposed to be countering a Piper, but if you can play Piper pretty well on knockout, should be better. And then Ruffs against Rico, that can be pretty 50-50 as well. So SK gonna be able to get them down. All three of them surviving there in that first round. And I believe that Guille actually has the Nani super. So if he can connect this on the Piper, he should be golden. We've got two brawlers that can actually tank that Nani head. So the Piper needs to try and stay towards the Ruffs as much as possible to tank it. So just like that, nice Ruff sandbags right there. You've also got Grom who can tank with his gadget. And then you've got a Piper jump. So if Zeta play this well, they can actually dodge all of the Nani heads. So just like that, SK, they're going to go down right there. I think Guille, and she got his super back again, I believe, which will be pretty interesting. So you've got a Piper jump here. You've still got two gadgets on the side of Kenji and Mayu. So it's going to be pretty interesting. It looks like the super's actually going to land on the Piper. So that is a really nice super from Guille. He plays an amazing Nani, and it's really hard to play a good Nani in this type of meta because you've got so many gadgets that can tank the Nani head. You've got all the speed gears, and especially with the amount of grass on this map as well, I thought it would be pretty risky, but it's paying off right here. So Ruff's going to go pretty low right here. Same with Kenji. So I feel like in a 2v3, if any players can actually clutch up, it's going to be the Zeta 1 players just because of how mechanically gifted they are. But SK holding them back pretty well. Feel like they should be able to hold this one back. So looks like Chaos got super. I don't think he wants to waste that. One thing about supers, you just want to try and gain your supers, especially if you're in a losing position, just so you can actually hold it for the next round. So actually there's no next round to hold. They're just going to win this one. I don't even know what I'm talking about. They need to use those supers right now, else there's no chance of winning. So that's going to be that set right there. Let's that game. Let's hop into the next one. All right guys, hopping into round number 2. I completely messed up the sets here, but looks like SK are going to be going one game up in this set, which very well played from Guille. Of course, Nani is pretty OP in terms of knockout on some ladder maps, but again, not really played too much in competitive. I feel like this one you could probably get away with using your Nani super and spawn, but it's all about getting that super for the next round, which Guille is just doing fantastically there. So Sprout should be able to take down that gadget. Chaos is going to have the matchup versus Mayu right there, but everyone knows Chaos absolutely goated Rico, so he should be able to have a decent 1v1 right there. So it looks like not too much going on right here. Ruff's going to go pretty weak. Rico, he's going to be in a good position. Sartempo's going to get a tap on the Nani there, which is pretty dangerous for Guille. Wondering if he's using a TP or the Return to Sender gadget. I imagine he's using Return to Sender maybe to tank some extra shots. Let's see. He's going to use the super right here on side tempo. He's going to get the double hit onto side tempo and the Ruffs right there, making them both weak. That is just insanely clutch. There's just no way that they're going to be able to come back from this one. So probably a bit of a wasted super there from side tempo. Probably not the only mistake he'll ever make, but this is pretty interesting right here. We've got Zeta 1 going all down one lane. They're going to catch off Chaos, off God, and that is just absolutely insane, especially with a Piper gadget. Should be able to confirm the kills. The Piper gadget just completely misses the Nani right there, and Guille's going to use that super in a really risky situation right there. Maybe he could was trying to catch off one of the Zeta 1 players, but he's going to get his super back anyway, which is fair play. I would have said that would have been pretty wasted if he didn't get his super back. So going into the final game for this round, I'm hoping Guille can get a nice super here. He's going to go for side tempo, but all three of them are going to tank it at the same time. That is just absolutely hilarious. Side tempo, I think, has actually stayed alive because he got that Ruffs upgrade. I think he might have survived him like 3 HP. I'm not too sure, but that Ruffs upgrade definitely helped save him. So now they're in a bad position though, because all three of them got hit. All three of them had to heal up. So SK know they've got them against the ropes. Guille actually using the Return to Sender gadget. That's going to allow him to get the kill right there. He's going to use the super on side tempo, and this is just the Guille show right here. is just tearing them apart with those nanny supers. Absolutely insane. I think he hit every single one. That's going to be the set win. Let's hop into the next one. All right, guys, so going into set number 3, we have dueling beetles. So Janet, Stu, Bo Band, I believe Squeak, Byron, and I missed out the other band, but some pretty standard bands right here. So we've got the Sprout on the side of Zeta, will be pretty interesting. Chaos using his second gadget for Ruffs as well, which a lot of pros are actually using if you're not going to get too much value out of the sandbags. I imagine he didn't use sandbags because he's up against a Sprout. But that early pressure definitely going to be really good against the Sprout. You don't want to get spawn trapped right here. So side tempo using the Gale. Everyone knows he's an amazing Gale. So that'll be pretty interesting. So Chaos uses all 3 gadgets really early on. I mean, it's not really got the most value. This is what I think about this Ruffs gadget. I've said it time and time again. It looks really flashy. It's going to get you a bit of pressure, but it's not really correlated to any percentage on the zone. So Gie already got super with Pam, which is going to be okay. And it looks like Chaos is building his supers to destroy his own walls, because against Sprout, you need to destroy your own walls as you're going to get spawn trapped. You guys know with the Sprout walls, you're going to be able to funnel the enemies into really uncomfortable positions, especially if he's using that transplant gadget. So a nice takedown from Chaos, as that could have been pretty ugly for SK. A really nice placed Pam turret right there as well. And without the thrower, it would have been really hard for Zeta to actually get out of this position, because that Pam turret is just so deadly. He's got so much HP, especially behind the wall. So we're in a really good position here. Nice super from side tempo. Nearly gets a takedown on Semantic. That actually could actually change the tide of the game, because it could have got a lot more pressure. But looks like everyone on the side of SK has an upgrade right here, so they're in the perfect position. I think Semantic actually needs to upgrade. So basically everyone's got the upgrade. He's going to eventually get it right here, I believe. But so far, both teams kind of playing it cautiously. Only 40% on both teams with 1 minute left. Both teams just trying to play the slow game. It would be more in a favor of SK, because I feel like with all those walls down, Sprout shouldn't be able to do it too much. So nice turret there from Gie. He's going to be pretty low, so he needs to try and heal up. But he might be able to use this wall for his advantage right there. So he's going to stand behind a wall, heal up. So not really the best wall there from Kenji. Probably should have used it more so down the lane, because especially I've learned down the years that playing Sprout on hot zone, using that wall in the middle, especially on maps like Ring of Fire, I've done it where the enemies can get some good advantage and some good cover behind that super. So yeah, a little bit risky. SK looking like we're going to be closing out this game right here. So pretty well played from them so far around. Loader not really getting the most value of this game, which is pretty interesting. But it looks like SK going to finally close out this game right here. So this is going to be SK for the first game. Looks like they could be getting set number 3 right here. Let's see, we've got a couple more seconds left. So yeah, that's going to be the first one. Let's hop into the next one. So hopping into the next game here. So you can see I'm literally sweating right here. So hot in my room, so they're going to have to bear the red face. But looks like we should be able to adapt here. Zeta are a team that are so good at adapting, even if they're getting outdrafted, even if they get demolished in their first. They didn't really get demolished there, but you get what I mean. Even if they're on the back foot in their first game, they can easily turn things around. So nice kill from Chaos there. Doesn't allow Sprout to cycle, but Zeta's teammates, they're able to push up. Well, Kenji's teammates able to push up even though he's down and still get some control. So good, healthy 20% lead right there. Another gadget from Chaos. Not really going to be doing it too much. Just push that other lane back a little bit. But look at this pressure from side tempo. He's got the super here, and this is where Gale can be so strong as well. So one thing to note as well about Gale, he can be so strong in hot zone. Even more so than other game modes, because it's going to be impossible to get out of a spawn trap if you've got that Twister in that position that he has. If you have a Gale super behind a wall as well, how are you supposed to get Gale out of that position? I think the only way is by either pinching or like a Pam turret maybe behind the wall. I don't really know. It's going to be so hard to get him out of this position. He's got him completely spawn trapped. So just look at that complete turnaround from Zeta right there. Kenji is just going to constantly cycle those supers, and there's just no way SK going to come back. So that's going to be the second game of that set. Let's hop into the next one. Okay, so jumping into round number 3 of set number 3. This could be really important for the tide of the momentum, because the next team to win this one will only need one more set to win the whole series. So it could be really important. So it looks like Sprout's going to continue to go down the middle. Not too sure why Ruffs is facing off against a Sprout here. Sprout is such a good counter to Ruffs, and Pam is a decent counter against Sprout just because of the amount of hits it takes for Sprout to take down Pam. So you can see here the positioning is just really weak from the side of SK. Also, Ruffs was doing a decent job against Lola in the first game, so I don't know why they didn't just keep that matchup. And Gale is pretty good against Pam, so the matchups for me just have to be wrong on the side of SK. But they should be knowing more than me, especially considering they scrim a lot. So maybe this is something they spoke about. I'm not really too sure, but... So I get some good early control from Zeta. They're already 50% up here. This is exactly how it should go with a Sprout in the comp in Duel and Beetles. So there's the first wall break from Chaos. He needs one more wall break on his side to make it pretty open for SK to dominate. So it looks like Semantic's finally going to get a little bit of control here. He's got to trap down his lane as well. This is exactly how Bell should be against Lola, but Mayu's been playing it really, really well, especially once he gets his super. 60 he's getting some good chip shots. And Lola has surprising range, to be fair. So Kenji with a really nice wall, but this is exactly the matchups they should be really having now. We've got a Pam on the Sprout right here. So a bit of mistake from Chaos there. I feel like he should have used the super on his own wall, because using it on the Sprout wall, Kenji has his gadgets to hand it as well. And just like that, Zeta are able to gain back control, and they're going to get spawn trapped. So yeah, for me, I'd have had to use that super on the wall behind him. Of course, it can be really hard in this situation to play completely perfectly, for sure, but I feel like this is going to be the thing that changes things. So looks like Side Tempo is just going to be in their faces with a super. He's seen it in that second game. That was a Gale's in that position. He's going to completely dominate. So that's going to be the set win right there for Zeta. They're 2-1 up. Let's hop into the next game. Okay, so now jumping into set number 4, we have Brawl Sneaky Fields. You can see the bands right here. You have Jeanette, Ruffs, and Squeak on the side of Zeta 1, and then Crow, Lola, and Gale on the side of SK. So I can see why both teams banned each set of brawlers. Definitely some of the stronger brawlers on each side. You saw how Zeta just absolutely love Gale. They love Crow as well. So two definitely strong picks on the side of well, definitely strong bans on the side of SK. So some really good early control right here. So we've got the M's mid, which is pretty interesting. I've not really seen too much M's mid. Maybe I'm missing something, but I've definitely seen a lot of Leon mid, so that is pretty strong. I've not really seen a lot of Rosa as well on this map anymore. Used to be such a strong pick. Not really seeing it too much in this type of meta. But I can imagine all three brawlers actually have a good matchup against Rosa. Like Ashe is decent against Rosa. Spike can be pretty good, especially with Fertilize, as long as you can conserve your ammo. And then Ems, of course, counters Rosa. So don't imagine that Rosa doing too much. Really well played from Semantic. They're able to keep all three players in the middle here, keeping control. Looks like Mayu's going to go up there and die, unfortunately. But look at his control from SK. They've got all the bush control. It's going to be really hard for them to do too much, especially with all of this. Two players are going to go down here. So this is the perfect opportunity for SK to score. Looks like the ball corner is not really going to be doing too much. And that's going to be a goal. So really well played from SK there. Brilliant team synergy. They're able to get that first goal. So looks like SK are coming out hot again. So just like in Hot Zone, SK actually start off with the goal, so might see the same again from Zeta trying to make a comeback. It seems like they always start a little bit slow, but then eventually get into the game. So looks like Semantics just dominating in the middle. Guille playing really well with that Spike. Not really too many maps that you see that Fertilize on, but he's just playing it so well. That's one thing about Guille. He can pretty much play every single brawler in the game pretty perfectly. So this looks like it's going to be another goal from SK. So really well played right there. They're able to capitalize, get all players down, and score. So that's going to be the first game right there. Let's hop into the next one. All right, guys, so hopping into the next round right here. So looks like SK are 1-0 up in this set. So they just need one more game to bring it to a set 5, which would be pretty insane, especially against Zeta. I'd have to say that this would be a close final, but I thought Zeta would win pretty convincingly. So it looks like Side Tempo is just going to go in there. He's going to get the triple kill, I believe. That is just crazy. I did not expect that. Side Tempo just absolutely tearing them up. Wow, that is crazy, especially on the Surge. I wouldn't actually think that Surge is like the complete meta pick. Looks like they've actually switched up the matchups. They've got the Leon on the Ashe, which is pretty interesting. Maybe for that burst damage to take down Ashe really quick, but it doesn't even matter. Side Tempo, he's just going to go in and completely carry. He's going to carry them to the game, to the match point right here. Let's hop right into it. Okay, so going into round number 3 for set number 4. And we have match point on the side of Zeta. So SK is do or die. They need to win this one. and that was just absolutely insane. I'll have to watch that back from side tempo, especially with that gadget with Surge. Not many people actually use that gadget on Power League or even on ladder really, but trust me, that gadget is really strong. Basically all pros are using it right now. You just have to get used to taking a little bit of time to get that first level, but once you get it, especially the amount of damage you can actually tank with that shield gadget, and also get back your ammo as well. So you can just make sure you can spam your ammo, try and get as much as possible, jump in, then get hit, you get all your ammo back. It's just really strong. So you see side tempo, he's going to go in here. I believe he actually survives that. He gets his ammo back as well, and it looks like Zeta are probably going to score here. They're in such a good position. I'd be surprised if they don't score here. Kenji with his super, yeah, there's just no chance. Side tempo is going to jump in here. He's not going to allow Ems to get that knockback, and Zeta are just 1 minute 30 away from securing himself the mid-season invitational, which is just so crazy. SK got their backs against the wall here. They really need to pop off. So Semantic playing a fantastic Ash right here. He's going to get so much pressure, just side tempo left. He's going to play it, well, not really carefully, but he's going to play it really smart, not rush, play patient, and he's going to find the opportunity here. So side tempo is going to jump in the middle, 1-1 here. So in terms of overtime, I would say that Zeta have just the advantage in overtime. Just because of the range. To be honest, I think it's pretty even. Rosa range really going to suffer in overtime, so I feel like actually that Zeta need to probably score here. So some good pressure from the Leon here. Kenji going to get the kill as well, so here's a 3v1 situation basically, but Chaos stays alive with the hype, which is so clutch. I feel like if Chaos went down quicker, then Zeta could have closed things out, but 30 seconds left here. It looks like it's going to overtime. Side tempo's got his super left as well. Semantic going to run up. He's going to get a really important kill right there. What a shot from Semantic. I know it's Ash and he seems like a boring brawler, but trust me, that was a really nice play. It's like Chaos is going to get the kill on the Leon. He's going to get the kill on the Rosa as well. And it looks like SK are going to close things off. So that's going to be set number 5. Let's jump right into it. Okay guys, so jumping into the 5th and final set, we have the bans right here. So we've got Jeanette, Ruffs and Rico, and then we have Byron, Squeak and Max. So you see a lot of the same bans. I imagine that SK must have had the first pick just because of those bans. They got 3 of the strongest brawlers on this map, Ruffs, Rico and Janet. You see Janet banned a lot. So right here you've got the composition. So we've got a Jean, Stu and a Gale. Gale really surprising, especially on this map. There's no tanks to counter either, so maybe I'm underrating Gale a little bit here, but if Zeta are playing it in a set point, well, a match point situation, then it must be pretty good. So on the side of SK, it's pretty standard for EU. You've got the 8-bit in case of any aggro. We know that Zeta do like their aggro brawlers, especially with Fang. So 8-bit definitely good there. Bo is really good as a mid or a lane. I've seen a lot in like chill space, harder at mine, Bo being used, and he's pretty strong in 1v1. He was always good in terms of the damage department. He could always like 4-shot, 5-shot a lot of brawlers, but it wasn't that strong. And then he got buffed, and it's just so easy to hit those shots and get the brawlers down. So side tempo in such an aggro position, he's playing it so well. His jukes are just so majestic in the middle. I just don't get how he's able to wiggle so freely, especially if you watch him on stage. You can see he's like standing up in an awkward position. He has his iPad on the desk as well, and he's still able just to wiggle like that. I mean, it must be the meta right there. I need to learn how to wiggle like side tempo, but Bo going to get some decent mines down. He's going to be in the 8-bit turret as well, but just look at side tempo. He's going to heal up. He's close to super, and that just must be the power of the Gale pick. Also placing that twister so 8-bit doesn't TP. Pretty clever. You've got a really nice pull there from Kenji. That is just absolutely insane. So time and time again, Kenji has just clutched up with the pull. He's able to get an amazing pull. It's even harder to play Gina in this meta. He's literally got 3 brawlers that can tank his pulls pretty easily. So he's going to be able to get a clutch pull right there. They're just 1 game away from winning the whole thing. Let's hop right into it. Alright guys, so jumping into the next game then. So we have a match point situation right here. Zeta just need to win one of the next 2 games. So with gem grab, one thing that's not really spoke about too much is always the aggro of the lanes. I feel like that's even more important than just the normal mid battle. Just being able to not even win your lane, just get the pressure so it allows your gem carrier to get some gems is so crucial in gem grab. Just making sure you get the extra gems of the enemies when they spawn in the middle, especially like a map like Harder at Mine where it's kind of slow in ways, you know, just trying to win your 1v1 matchup. is really important. So Guille is going to get a really good start right here. He's going to get 4 gems to 2. He's already got 1 turret and then another turret as well. Guille's 8-bit is renowned for being so incredibly OP. Literally for over 2 years now, Guille has been wrecking on that 8-bit. So you definitely got to be scared when Guille's on that 8-bit. So looks like Chaos is going to do a decent job right here. Don't think Spike really did too much in the first game. You know, he just tickled down. Don't think it's really the best pick on Hard Rock Mine. I mean, again, it's SK game and they must know what they're doing, but me personally probably would have gone for something different. Maybe they ran out of time just because it's only 20 seconds to pick, especially on a setting like the mid seasons. Like only having 20 seconds is kind of crazy, but look at this pressure from Zeta. Kenji gets another pull. I don't think I've seen a miss pull from him yet. Side Tempo is going to survive on 4 HP. That is a really clutch kill there from Semantic. If it would have gone down, it looks like Zeta probably would have clutched up, but the Stu able to collect a few gems right here. So SK only need 1 more gem left to win. Kenji, he's going to go really aggro as a Gene. I don't think they've got enough time or enough HP to really get the gems. He's going to knock back Guille, but they've got enough gems here to go back. So as long as they don't get a reset on anyone, okay, all of them have got gems here, so they could technically kill the Chaos, but I don't think that's really going to be happening. He's going to be really weak. Kenji, no way he's going to be able to get the gems out. So it looks like it's going to a match point situation. Let's hop right into it. All right, guys, so going into the final game, match point situation right here, which is going to be insane. I really couldn't call who's going to win this one, just because Zeta always feel like they're going to close things out, and then they just manage to pull something out of the bag. So look at this early pressure from Zeta. You just see how they always adapt. All 3 of them just running into the enemy spawn. Stu going crazy right here. This is just insane. I've never seen this. How aggro are they going? You've got Chaos doing a good job as well. One thing to note I like to do a few times, if you're getting spawn trapped this heavily, you just need to run by them in a sense, just because if you're behind them as well, you're kind of playing the same game. So pretty decent from Chaos. He's able to get behind them. It does eventually go back though, which isn't really the best, but Guille, he's going to place the turret right there. It's pretty far back, so he needs to work to his next turret to do anything, especially dodge those gene pulls. Side Tempo, he's going to go pretty weak. Looks like Tempo's just going to get the stun on Semantic there. Probably a little bit wasted. I suppose he was pretty weak. He just wanted to get a little bit of pressure. But those Gene heals are going to be pretty clutch. Looks like we're going to be switching lanes right here. Gale against Spike. I feel like Spike should win this pretty much every single time. But it's pretty interesting that they're going these matchups. Maybe it's just to close them down. I mean, I suppose the Gale shot actually just covered the entire lane. That might be the thinking of that one. Looks like the bow's going to go down here, so it's really good positioning here from Zeta. Really bad timing for Semantic to go down. Some good jukes from the Stu to get his super and dodge those bow mines. Just 1 more gem needed from Zeta. This is looking so good. It looks pretty even, but just overall the pressure from Zeta just a little bit too much. SK haven't really got a brawler that can go into the enemy spawn and really spawn trap. Never really got that opportunity to do so. A little bit too control orientated for me, and Zeta are going to be your champions right there. Just absolutely insane matchup. Honestly, fair play to SK to get to that scenario, because a lot of people would have just called Zeta just to win from the get-go and just win pretty easily, but you know, they made hard work of it. But Zeta's still proven to be the champions. Absolutely insane. So that's going to be it for today's video, guys. Hope you enjoyed this one. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.